Then come again another thing which is called as we'll discuss about this. So in any language, right, if you see traditional languages like C and C++, for those who might not know, whenever we used to type it, right, we used to take help of these brackets whenever we used to write a block of code. But in Python we do not have to do this. Okay, how Python will understand a particular block is making how a particular block is making a sense, it is by indentation. Indentation, what do I mean by indentation? Let me go down and give you an example of indentation. Okay, so we'll have a dedicated section where we will discuss about if and all this. So right now I'm just showing you an basic example how indentation is working. So what I have typed here is if is a keyword in Python, by the way. It has a certain meaning. Okay, if means if true. If true means let me try to give you an analogy. If the signal in traffic is green, then go, else stop. In the similar format, if you go in a traffic, you follow this rule, right? In the same way, Python is also telling if true. So here true means green signal, you can understand like this. If it's green signal, please print this. Right now we do not have an else condition. Okay, but if it's a green signal, you have to print this. If it's not a green signal, then do not print this next line. Let me comment this line. Okay, if it's a green signal, print this line. So let me execute this. See, correct indentation. So how it's able to recognize, like, if is a, this print is a part of this, it's following this line rule. Okay, how it's able to recognize this? Due to this space, due to this indentation. So indentation, you can use by default in VS Code, it's for 4 spaces, or you can use a tab. So if I do it like this, right, you will see it is showing me an error. Why is it showing me an error? Because the rules in Python is tells that if you are using an if block, if you are typing an if condition like this, if the signal is green, then what you have to do is you have to follow an rule which is called as indentation, and you have to type a line like this. Okay, so now this line resembles to this line. Okay,
I'm sorry, how do you type that line? Is it like the four dot or space bar?
this is this line indentation you can type like this. You do not have to type 4 spaces. You can use your tab button you have in keyboard, right? Tab, one
Okay, yeah,
tab, two
okay,
tab,
okay,
three tab.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
got you.
yeah, it's just a tab. So for I have mentioned here also, or a tab is fine, like, okay, is required. Or nobody use 4 spaces. If you use 4 spaces also, it will work. It's an indentation. But yeah, I would say, like, I would prefer tabs, because sometimes when you do coding, right, and you will push your code, so there are some set of rules which will recognize whether you have typed a tab or a spaces. So sometimes the spaces are not allowed when we do code quality checks, something like that. Okay, so I would highly recommend to use tabs. But yeah, 4 spaces will also work. And in the similar fashion, if I uncomment the last line, so what would be the output? Let me show you. So you see correct indentation outside of if block. Okay, so once this line was finished, this particular line was finished, the control came where? The control came to this line, this print, and it printed. If this would have been a red symbol, okay, let's say it would have been, okay, let me okay, 1 minute, guys. It's just my keyboard. Yeah, if this would have been a red signal, if you see this block automatically, what it did is it is automatically, I can say, it's kind of a transparent. Okay, if you see, it's kind of a transparent already. If you're not able to recognize it, do not worry. When you will have this file, or if you type this, right, you will have this is automatically hidden. Why it is hidden? Because the Python code already detected, or there are certain syntax checker within the VS code, it already detected. Because you have to, if false, this line will not execute, and only this line will execute. So if you see the transparency, this is highlighted, but this is not highlighted that much. If I see, only this outside of if block is executed, not this part. Okay, because you can understand with an analogy, if there was a red light, because it's a false, it's a red light, we do not have to move it, this particular block will not work. Okay, or you can say, if this is true, certain things, it could be anything, if this is true, then this will work. If this is false, then this will not work. The next line will not work in an if based syntax or if based block. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So looking at the first line where you press the tab, print correct indentation. Now the
Hmm.
second script, print outside if the block.
Hmm.
You did not press the tab,
Yes,
create
correct.
that
Yeah.
space. So
Yes.
is there something we need to understand from there?
Yeah. So see, the if, this is one block. How if is able to understand this complete section resemble to one kind of a functionality. This is complete as one. You mark it as one. I mean, you are able to understand this. This is treated as one kind of an approach, one block that
Okay.
will make sense. Okay. So what in this block, what you are telling is, if it is false, please do not print this. And once this block is finished, so I mean, the code executed, and we find out like this is false, we didn't executed it. Now where the control will come, the control will come at this step. So this particular print is not a part of this block. This is separate. That's why I kept
So
as outside of if block.
so if you change that false to be true,
Yeah.
if you change that
Hmm.
false to be true and you execute this code,
Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
execute, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely the outside the if block has been printed. So my
Yes.
question is on the first script, you had to press that tab or do we say four dots, but you there's that space. On the second script that says print outside the if block, there's no space there. You did not
Yes.
give that space.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's my concern.
Yeah, I mean, I did
Oh,
this deliberately. I'm not giving, see, let me give a space here. Now you will see if, see, let me make it false. FLC. Now you will understand, I guess. Okay, 1 minute. Where is my cursor? FLC. See, now if I'll execute, you see what happened? There is no output. Why there is no output? Because of this indentation, this complete became part of this if. And if I make this out, if I keep this out, see, this is highlighted. Now only this part is part of this particular if block.
okay. So the false affect the first script, but if it's true, it's gonna take
Yeah,
effect. Okay.
yeah. So whenever you are using, so remember one thing, whenever you are using if, you must have a second line. You must have a second line. If, see, let's say if I don't keep at least one line you should mention if you are using an if block. If I don't mention a line here, right, it will be an error. So let's say there is no line here. See, there is an error.
Yeah.
What is,
If it's a conditional sentence, so you should have two.
yeah, at least there should be one line after an if block. Okay, whether irrespective of the condition what is here, it's true or false, you should keep a line here. Otherwise it's in syntax error. We are not following the rules.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed our session at LWP Labs. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to our channel and contact the number for live classes. The future is now with AI.